there, gorgeous. Hope you are doing well. It is so nice to see you. Today I am doing a video of what I feel like are some of the most underrated makeup and beauty products that I have. I mean, I have a lot. I could do several videos on this topic alone, but these are ones I wanted to do a full face of because I feel like they don't get enough love. And I wanted to put a spotlight on some of them because they are really fantastic. I've mixed together some drugstore, some high-end, so it's like a mixture of both today. So we'll see what we can come up with. We'll start with skincare. I'm using the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Hydrogel Moisturizer. This has hyaluronic acid and peptides. Woo! I really love the e.l.f. moisturizers, specifically underneath makeup, because they don't make the makeup melt. You know how some moisturizers can make your foundation shorten in wear time? I have never had an issue with any of the e.l.f. ones, and so they are usually my go-tos. I do often get asked about SPF, but I don't show it in videos simply because sometimes I'm filming at night and I'm taking the makeup off right afterwards. So it's like, what's the point? But I'm actually filming this during the day. So I'm going to put a sunscreen on. This is one from the brand Biore, not the one in the drugstore. This is like a Japanese brand, I believe. Maybe it's Korean, I'm not sure, but it has SPF 50. It has a great consistency to it. It does not affect the wear time of makeup, and that's why I love it. Another product I don't feel like gets enough love, but is one that I use all the time, is from AOA Studio, and that's the Coconut Lip Mask. I'm wearing it right now. What I love about this is that it provides hydration to the lips. It preps them before lipstick, I feel like. So I put it on usually at the beginning of my makeup routine, and by the time I'm done with all of this, my lips are in great condition and the lipstick glides right on. So I love that stuff, and it's $1. I mean, hello, it's $1. I'm applying an eyeshadow primer. The one that I'm using today is from Profusion Cosmetics. This is their No Budge primer, and this is another one I feel like doesn't get enough love because it's not very widely talked about. I think I need to do more with Profusion. I haven't featured them in a video in a while. For my eyes today, I'm going with a palette from Hard Candy. I don't feel like the Hard Candy palettes get as much love as they deserve, especially some of the newer ones that are fantastic in quality. Although I will say that every time I go to Walmart and I look at the Hard Candy displays, a lot of the palettes are wiped out. So maybe I am just speaking from being able to see them on YouTube. I don't see them on YouTube that much, but maybe they are more popular than what I think they are. Anyway, that's what I'm using today. The one that I'm using here is called Lap of Luxury. This is a cool toned gray palette with some neutrals mixed in there. And I really, really enjoy this one, but I don't use it as much as I would like to. So we are changing that today. I could do a whole video on underrated eyeshadow palettes, and I might just do that because I have so many that I feel like are not talked about enough that are really, really great. First shade, let me zoom you in here a little bit. Woo! I can see you now. First shade I want to take from this palette is this one right here. Is that right? Yes. No. I can't tell. I have to look in the viewfinder. This one. This is the one I want to use. Okay, I got it right. And I'm applying this directly onto the lid. I'm keeping the eyes very neutral today. I want this to be a more should we say monochromatic? Not monochromatic, kind of like a neutral look. I've got a neutral color picked out for the lips, and I want the eyes to be a little lighter today too. So I have amazing news. Oh my gosh, I have amazing news to share with you. I do. I'm just gonna say it because everybody knows now in my family, so I can say it. I can say it. My mom is moving here. I'm not even kidding you. My mom is moving here. Okay, before I continue with that story, I'm taking this shade from the palette next, and I'm applying that directly into the crease. So yes, I'm so excited. Like, I am so excited. I can't even express it, okay? I have not lived near my mom for 25 years, I think, because I moved to Florida when I was 14. And I haven't lived with, like, near her, because before I moved to Florida, I lived in Georgia with my dad, and we only lived like an hour away from one another, so I saw her all the time. But I haven't lived near her since I was 14 years old. You do the math on that, because my math is not the greatest. Okay, yes, 24 years. I'll be 39 this year, so yes, 25. Let's just say 25, roughly. 25 years since I lived with my mom. I'm like so... I'm like on cloud nine. I've been on cloud nine for like the past couple months. I wasn't able to say anything. This happened in January, And we've been working on it ever since. And the way that it happened was completely miraculous. I mean, it was totally God. It's God all over the place. He's written all over it. And this is something I've been praying about for a while, by the way. So my prayers were answered and I'm so extremely excited. So I'll continue with that story here in a second. But I'm going to take that same shade again on a little bit of a different brush. And I'm going to bring it down to the outer half of the lid and start to blend it like that. She contacted me in January, like the very beginning of January. And on a whim, she just says, I want to move down to Florida. And I was like, really? Like, really? Because she said this before, but it's never been serious. It's never like actually held footing, but she was serious this time. Then I'm going to take this shade from the palette and I'm going to use it to line my eyes. So I'll do that off camera here and I will be right back. All right, that's done. For my brows, I'm taking the SheGlam eyebrow pencil. I don't know what shade this is. I want to say it's taupe. But this has become one of my most favorite eyebrow pencils. It has a pen on one side and then more of a pencil on the other side. And it's fabulous. It's not that expensive either. I want to say it's like $6 for this. So I started looking for a place for her immediately when I knew that she was serious about it. And scouring all kinds of places, but not finding one that was A, near to me, or B, that was affordable for her in a nice area. I mean, it was really, really challenging. And so I ended up actually stumbling across a brand new complex that they're building 20 minutes from where we live. And it's specifically for seniors. And it's in her price range perfectly. It's near the water. It's like perfect. It couldn't be more perfect. And then come to find out, it's under construction. They just started building it and it'll be ready in June. Like, what? So we put an application in, and when I went to go put the application in for her, they wanted a application fee, and it was a hefty fee. It wasn't cheap. Like most places will only charge you like $50, $100, something like that. It was up there. And I was a little hesitant because they had a big thing on their website that says the fee is not refundable if you get rejected. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know, you know, and I'm having doubts. And so I started praying about it and I asked God about it. And he clearly said to me, do you think I would bring you this far to tell you no? And I was like, okay, all right, I got this. So I stepped out in faith, paid it, sitting there on pins and needles. 5 days later, approved, approved, approved. That's not even the best part, okay? Let me tell you the best part. You're not gonna believe this. Next product I'm going to use is the Revlon Colorstay Skin Awaken 5-in-1 Concealer. This one says it goes for 24 hours. I can tell you that it absolutely does last a long time. I don't know if it goes for 24 hours because I've never had the opportunity to test that part, but it's a really great concealer and it's one of my favorites and one that I feel like is not widely talked about. So the house that she's living in is one that my aunt owns. So my aunt bought the house for her. My aunt is my mom's sister, so her sister bought her the house that she's living in right now. So she has to sell this place in order for my mom to move down here. Well, she had 6 months notice because we found my mom's apartment in January, so it was really quick. So we're like, my mom's like, I don't know if it's gonna sell, I don't know if it's gonna sell, and we're praying about it, and we're just getting the answer that don't worry, rest, it's going to sell. And by golly, it sold, right? Listen to this. The person who purchased the place, their apartment lease is up May 30th. May 30th, okay? Like she can't move into her apartment until like June 1st. So it's like every single thing has fallen into place perfectly. It's unreal. This is the power of God. I am like so amazed and so in awe. It's amazing. She has been packing, preparing. We are going up there to help her move Memorial Day weekend. And that is that. And she is just so excited about being here, being close to me, to help me out, to be with the kids, because my sister doesn't have any kids. And so my 3 kids are her only grandkids right now. And she's just really excited because she knows they're growing up. They're growing so fast and she feels like she's missing so much. And she is, you know, not being close to them. And so she's just like, I have to be there. I have to be there. So they're so excited too. for Mimi to come live near them, and Jet keeps talking about it and asking about it, and it's just so, I'm so incredibly, like, I can't even put in words how I feel. I just feel complete. So the next product I'm taking is the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. This is another one that I really love, but again, you don't hear much about it. It's a fabulous product though. And I don't know if many people know this about me, but I don't have much help in the way of family. Like when my husband and I need time to ourselves, or we just are stretched to the limit with everything we have going on and we need a break, we hire sitters. I mean, that's the way we've always done it. We don't have family to fall back on. We don't have someone where we can call up and say, hey, can you come over for a couple hours so I can take a nap? You know, something like that. It's basically us relying on one another. And sitters are not always reliable. And then you have to vet them. And I'm the type that honestly, I don't ask for help when I need it. And that's always been one of my biggest flaws is that I don't ask for help because I'm the type that thinks I can do it all. And I try and I end up failing, and more often than not, I can't do it all on my own, but it's nice to have someone there who recognizes when you are trying to do too much on your own and they're like, hey, let me help you. And that's what my mom is trying to do for me. So I really, really appreciate that. All of that, and I didn't even put on lashes. So I'm gonna put on a pair of lashes from my lash line. For my lashes today, I am wearing, I forgot the name of them, the Best Mascara. I'll have these listed and linked for you below in the description box. I totally like spaced. It's okay though, that's the name of them. For my cheeks, I am using this one from Undone Beauty. This is a lip to cheek palette, a 3-in-1 color cream. This is in the shade Flare. I don't use this one often enough, but I love the formula of these Undone cream cheek palettes. They are absolutely amazing. And this is a brand I have quite often looked at for doing a full face of. So I might do that in the future where I just buy a bunch of products and then try them out on the face, because these and the little concealer palette that they have, I love both of those products. I mean, look at this. This is such a gorgeous cut. Why don't I use this more often? That is absolutely stunning. And I love the consistency of it. It blends right in. And you can use this on your cheeks too. It's not just on your cheeks, on your lips. You can use this on your lips too. So if you wanted to keep the look more cohesive and do your cheeks and your lips at the same time, a great product for doing that. And then to set everything lightly, I'm using the Stay Matte Mattifying Loose Powder from Rimmel. Again, not talked about that much, but great stuff. I don't even use it that much. I mean, I discovered it in my drawer not too long ago and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot all about this, but I love it. I think I'm gonna start doing that more, where I just go through makeup that I haven't used in a while, pulling it out, using it again, because there's so much stuff that we have talked about in the past, but then we forget about it and it never gets used again, I feel like. Oh, and then for contour today, I forgot to mention this one. This is from Art Class by Rodin. It's called Too Cool for School. It's a contour shade. And I don't remember where I got this. I want to say I got it off of iHerb's website, possibly. But it's not a very well-known brand, not talked about at all, but great, excellent quality. So I'll apply that underneath the blush, like that, just to add a little bit of definition to my face. To finish everything up for the lips, I am putting two Flower Beauty products together. And Flower is one of those makeup companies, I feel like they get recognition here on YouTube, but it's not as often as you hear about other brands. And it's like they have this one little glorious moment and then it fades and you don't hear about them anymore. And I use them all the time and I love their lip products especially. So I'm taking the lip liner in the shade Toffee today and I'm going to pair that up with their Bare Pout lipstick. This is my mom. She must have known I was talking about her. I'll call her back. This lipstick is a little too light for me. You can see, I mean, it's like woo light. But when I pair it up with a more brown lip liner, it looks a lot better. And so that is my full face of underrated makeup products. I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know what some of yours are. Are there any makeup products that you feel like need more recognition that are absolutely amazing? I would love to hear your choices as well. And if you are interested in any of the products I used to create today's look, I will have them listed and linked for you below in the description box. I enjoyed hanging out with you today and sharing this news. It's been like something, like I said, it's been going on since January, and I've had to just, because not everybody in my family knew about it. So now that everybody knows and it's all solidified, I'm like, I get to share. So I know so many of you have been on this journey and path with me for so long, and you've seen the ups and downs I've had with my mom. So the fact that we are getting closer and our relationship is built on something more solid now, it's really encouraging to me. And I hope that my story will encourage someone else. That's truly why I share some of the things I share, is just to give hope and encouragement to someone else who may be going through similar. And maybe someday I'll do a whole video on my mom's and my journey, because it is one that has been rough, but the ending has become so sweet that it made the beginning parts much easier to absorb now, if that makes sense. So if you need prayer, reach out to me on Instagram. I'm always available. I would love to pray with you and partner with you on anything that you have on your heart right now. And I am here for you, and I absolutely love you. And I thank you for being here and for taking the time to watch. And I will see you again very soon.